Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of February 26, 2017. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What a week. Right out of the gate, we've got an eclipse taking place. Now, this eclipse is happening in the sign of Pisces, hand in hand with Mercury and Neptune. Now, I look at this, and this really is about understanding our faith, understanding our happiness, and understanding our healing that much more deeply. It's one of those times when intellect can meet heart, and we get it. We get what it is that we need to do if we are going to feel a sense of being connected to source and being connected to inspiration. Energy like this can also bring with it some very happenstance, very fated events. That tends to happen right around the eclipses anyways. Eclipses ultimately are about putting you into alignment with a higher vision for your life. And so sometimes, some people or some phases of life, you may be living particularly consciously, right? There may be a sense of being very connected, striving to be aware about what you're feeling and what you really want. That can be a lot of work, right? And there are times when that work is easier to do than others. But if you're one of those people generally who strives to be and to live on a level of higher consciousness, then eclipses can be a time of affirmation and a time of clarity. This is a solar eclipse, a new moon eclipse, making it a time of clarity that much more, that clarity factor being amped up that much more. However, if you are somebody who, maybe right now at this particular phase, you're not necessarily asking yourself deep, spiritual, searing questions, then eclipses can be a little surprising. They can, of course, they always will make it very clear what path it is that is ultimately going to put you in alignment with that higher vision for your life, with a sense of fated occurrences taking place that really move you towards greater love and greater wisdom. If you are not necessarily striving to live so consciously, then the events can be a little bit dramatic sometimes. I think this is especially true if you were born right around the first of the month in any given month, but those born right around the first of the month are going to feel this energy more than most, but everybody out there has that chance to benefit from this. In ancient mythology, Neptune is god of the seas, and like the seas, Neptune represents kind of going along with things and going with the flow. Mercury's involved in this. So I don't think it's likely that any of us are really going to be so, like a sponge and just wandering around, but rather Mercury being involved means that there is a sense of busyness. There is a sense of wanting to understand, wanting comprehension. This energy is amazing if you are an artist, or particularly if you use words and you rely on inspiration for your words. This energy can be super helpful in that. So make sure early in the week you are tapping into some of this eclipse energy by actually taking that time to write, to allow what message needs to come forward. But for other people out there, really just meditating, just being willing to be still and go through what otherwise might be fluctuating inside, and to have a way of understanding, again, connecting mind with spirit can go a really long way to helping to facilitate that message that you may need right now to help you to move your life in a positive direction, help you to move your life in a direction that feels more guided by love and wisdom. We are in the period between eclipses. Once the eclipse happens, yes, technically we do cap off that period, but this is such a spiritual energy that I feel that some of the benefits that normally the period between eclipses grants us, like the veils between the worlds being thinner, easier access to understanding wisdom of our higher selves, wisdom of our ancestors, that access will continue right into this week as well. So use this eclipse energy well. I would also say one thing that I've been doing is just being near water, just looking at water, hanging out with water. There's something very powerful that happens, the thoughts that come forward, the clarity that comes forward. Mercury is ultimately a planet that also represents clarity on a level of mind. Yes, there's a clarity of spirit that can happen, and sometimes on a spirit level we may feel clear, but chances are, if you're feeling clear spiritually and emotionally, chances are there's a mental connection as well. And there's something about mental clarity, like when you just understand what you need to do. You understand what's going to make you feel happier, what's going to put you in a more grateful state more often. What is it ultimately that you need to do to value your peace? There are moments where we get that very clear-cut answer, and this time is one of those moments. This time allows us that wisdom where we can access wisdom that much more easier, and access our own unique wisdom at that, access our own answers. Those answers will have love in them, love of self. You've got to love yourself in order to know that you deserve to be peaceful. And I think just the question, just being willing to ask and be willing to figure out and to navigate what your unique answer may be, just to even undertake that process, it implies that you know on some level you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be at peace with yourself and your life. You deserve to feel that energy of gratitude and how much it can add to every area of life. Well, just to know that that's something you are pursuing is a statement of self-love, of great self-love at that. It is a statement of understanding something about your divineness. Now, eclipses and the realizations with eclipses and events associated with eclipses can be dramatic, as I said, especially if you're just like sort of going along, right? You're looking more at what's actually happening in your life rather than how you feel about your life. As you're going along and not really connected to the feeling of it, life can be that much more dramatically bringing you back into alignment. That drama part is especially amplified this week. We do have some other particularly interesting energies playing out now. And I think that this is part of what started last week and we're going to continue into this week. And it is all thanks to Mars. So last week I told you that, emotions were very much on high. Sensitivities were on high as well. Well, this is where we start to have moments that allow us to either break through or break free from what otherwise felt like tension and felt like uncertainty and felt like questions. The energy that was playing last week was one that maybe doesn't always find an outlet. This week, if anything, it is one of change. It is one of epiphany. It is one of the clarity, right? With the eclipse, it's like this spiritual clarity connected to mind this week. It is clarity that reaches right in your gut and right to the soul of you. And that really is thanks to Mars. Mars will meet Uranus in the sky. Now they meet about every 2 years or so anyways, but what is different now, what is unique now, is that this connection of Mars and Uranus will also stand across Jupiter. Uranus right now is in an extended conversation with Jupiter and as well with Saturn. But having this particular connection play out between Uranus and Jupiter, having it define much of 2017 and being an exact moment, it really is about us understanding where it is that change needs to happen if we're really going to break free and allow better into our lives. Better happiness, better blessings, better gratitude. Wherever it is that we need to allow change and allow clarity come in so that we can experience more and be more than we were before, this is going to help us to really break free of those limitations. Whether those limitations are within our own psyche, within our own mind, within our own conditioning, whether those limitations are being reflected in our lives and through other people, this is going to give us a chance to get clear and to get free of limitation that then can allow us to live that much happier, that much better. As Oprah says, your best life, allow you to step into your best life that much more. Well, Mars comes along, and this is very much an activation of this very desire to break free. Now, normally Mars meeting Uranus, that's epiphany energy, awareness energy. That's a lot of like sort of feeling a sense of determination and seeming to come out of nowhere, and having awareness that lends itself to positive change. With this connection with Jupiter playing out, it does suggest that a lot of that awareness and that determination is going to come about in a way that is maybe larger than it would otherwise be. I mean, this energy of really having that clarity and having that change and the possibility of being changed in an instant is that much more magnified with the participation of Jupiter in this celestial conversation. Now, if you are one of those people who was born right around the 10 to the 15 of the month, you are going to feel this energy more than most, but everybody out there is going to find a way to benefit from this energy. And ultimately, this is an energy of some very profound change, some positive change at that. And this is energy that asks us to really dig deep, to be honest. But really, it's also about admitting what is very apparent. It's going to be hard not to do that. Now, all of this so far, I've talked a lot about how it's going to play out personally. And personally, absolutely, we will find ourselves very determined and very willing to change and change for the better. I'm actually incredibly hopeful as I look at this, because I think all of us in some way, we're now going through a process where we're striving to understand what greater love and greater wisdom is going to look like in our own lives. And what does that mean? All the different ways that we could live that and express that. Does it mean being at greater peace with yourself? Does it mean feeling more grateful? Does it mean being happier? Does it mean being more useful? Does it mean being there for others, being willing to listen to others? Does it mean being kinder? I think that that really is the foundation of any spiritual practice. Like, wherever it is that you are kind, you are operating in spirit. And wherever it is that you are kind to yourself, then you magnify that spiritual energy that much more. It's not about being egotistical, but it is about having that way of speaking to yourself that you know is affirming, and a way that you know other people deserve to be spoken to, and especially by you. And so as I look at this energy, I feel like there are going to be a lot of us out there who are going to be having these bursts of clarity, these moments of clarity. What does that look like? What does it mean to live in a more spiritual space? And what has to change? What clarity needs to come? What awareness? What epiphany, really? What inner revolution needs to happen if we really are going to be the people that we most desire to be in the world? It really is so much about the individual now, I think, at this phase in our lives and in our collective. And that really is thanks to Uranus moving through Aries. The individual really is the nucleus and the source of great power now. And when Mars meets Uranus in the sky, this really is that understanding and tapping into that much more. The individual is the revolution, is the epiphany. The individual really is the center of the universe and the center of culture. And that's not to be selfish at all. If anything, that should allow us to feel that much more interconnected, to know that you are powerful in your own life, that you could do something right now to make so many things so much better for yourself and for so many others. But having that focus on you. It's great to go out there and feel like you want to be part of creating more peace in the world, but then how peaceful do you feel? How much peace are you bringing to the endeavor of being part of greater peace? This sky is going to have us looking at ourselves more deeply, but also is going to have us taking leaps and bounds forward in an understanding of our individual role, and therefore allowing us to be that much more, so much more. As that higher vision becomes that much clearer, as we start to glimpse it that much more, and events transpire to bring us into alignment with that higher wisdom, all of us in at least one area of life will see and will come to appreciate exactly how it is that love and wisdom is playing out right now. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful for it. If you would like to watch the week ahead horoscope for your sign to see how it is that this amazing sky and this amazing eclipse is going to speak to you, log on to astrofabulous.com, become one of my superstars, and you can get instant access to your video scope, not only for this week, talking about the eclipse, talking about Mars and Uranus and Jupiter, but each and every week as well. So I hope that you will join me there. Thank you to all my superstars out there. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you to all my fabulous friends and my fabulous fans out there. I am so grateful for you as well. I do want to send a burst of gratitude again to Baltimore, the NCGR conference. Thank you to everybody there, everyone I met, everyone I hugged, everyone who was part of organizing that event. I'm so grateful for it. It really was a very meaningful experience to me to interact with friends and fans and to get to know a little bit more about how my work is meaningful to so many people out there. So thank you so much for that. And of course, thank you for being here as well. I am going to be having Synchronicity University. Yes, I have classes coming up very, very soon. And it is going to be an equinox event that takes place, 6 classes over 3 days, the weekend of March 17, and a very special equinox event. If you register before March 1st, you will be able to be part of creating the curriculum, and you get 2 classes free. So log on to synchronicityuniversity.com or nadiyashah.com and you can get all the information and register there. Or if you want, you can wait next week. I will be here and I will have the curriculum ready. And again, that curriculum is going to be based on when you sign up, you fill out a form, and that form tells me, and you get to tell me what you want to learn, exactly what it is you want to learn. And based on that, I am creating the curriculum. And I will be sure, I guarantee that I will either incorporate as part of another class or have an entire class on the things that you want to learn to those very early bird registrants. So synchronicityuniversity.com, nadiyashah.com. I always have so much fun out there. I have so much fun when I'm online in real time doing these webinars and interacting with you guys. It means so much to me. And if you want to download previous classes, get instant access to those, log on to my website, nadiyashah.com. And I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your trust. And of course, as I said, astrofabulous.com. It has been very much a measure, an endeavor of heart and of clarity. I'm certainly in this place right now in my life where I'm feeling like I'm going through a whole lot of changes. And a part of that change means like really listening to myself that much more deeply and asking myself questions about my own happiness, about my own sense of peace, and how is that going to look like in different areas of life, including in my work. And so Astrofabulous, and especially Astrofabulous Superstar, is a big step for me and is a big step forward. And it has meant so much to me to have so many people reach out, to have so many people join to be one of my superstars, and to be part of creating that amazing community there of superstars, to be part of the forums, to be part of the comments, and just to know that there are people there who are appreciating what it is that I share. But of course, whether you are a superstar at astrofabulous.com, I would love to have you there, of course. I always appreciate new superstars joining every single day. Thank you for that. But of course, you being here as a fabulous friend and fan really also is everything to me. Thank you so much. I've been on YouTube for over 8 years now, and I know that some people have been watching me. I met actually people in Baltimore who've been watching me this whole time. They're like, yeah, I've been watching you since your very first videos on YouTube. I've been following you for so long, and that really was so meaningful to me. Or whether this is one of the first times that you are seeing my work, regardless, I thank you so much. I thank you for being a part of my mission, which is to affirm in the world that the universe is wise and loving. And you being here right now allows me to do just that, to affirm this sacred truth, and allows me to live my mission. And my hope is that together we amplify this energy and this very affirmation that the universe is wise and loving. I do believe if you're here right now, some part of you, of course, does resonate with this and does know this. And my hope is this video right now reminded you of this and brought you some hope, brought you some inspiration, and brought you some reminder of love and wisdom as well, of course. So I think I'm going to stop there. I thank you so much. Thank you. My heart is full of gratitude, and I look forward to this amazing journey with you. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.